G'day everyone. While I was out putting in my new pawpaw trees up the back, I noticed my daikon was looking like it was ready. And I think it is because, there's half a daikon that I picked. I got the other half out as well. And there was quite a few of them. There's another little one. One of the issues we've had with this is they have been splitting a little bit because of all the rain we've been having, but that's not going to affect them at all. In the bottom here, I've also got some beetroot. You might be able to see don't eat that. You might be able to see red leaves down here from the bull's blood beetroot. So guess what? We're going to be pickling and fermenting daikon and pickling beetroot. I did try the fermented beetroot and I wasn't really that keen on it. I much prefer beetroot pickled, so we'll be doing that. So let's get these cleaned up and ready for fermenting. The preparation begins. So first thing I did is I gave them just a little bit of a wash. You can see they're still quite dirty. And the reason I didn't try and clean them properly is we're going to peel them. And also, they do have a little bit of what looks like, well, it's not rot, but discoloration. So we'll get all the discoloration off, trim them down. They're really easy to peel, like so. And where we have these splits from the overwatering rain, we're just going to cut that off, like so. And then that'll be perfectly okay. Oh, pop that over there. So this one I peel, it's going to need another wash. And I'm going to ferment them in my large fermenter here in sticks. So I'm going to cut the daikon into sort of, what would they be? 75mm strips, chunks. And then just cut it into like chips or fries, depending where you come from. Without chopping my fingers off. So there we go. So just a little thick chip sort of shape. We'll give them another wash, get the last of the dirt off, fill the jar up and ferment them for a couple of weeks. So I'll get on with that and we shall come back in a moment. So I've given these another wash and we've got to work out a 2% brine solution by weight, but that's weight of the veggies and the water. So we've got to load this up. I've zeroed the scale. I'll just drop them in. It'll give me a good idea of roughly how much weight we've got. Got to find out if Rufus eats daikon. And the one I drop. I will put them in much neater to get better spacing when I do this properly. But these are nice and clean. Roughly the same size, all of them. And I'll top it right up. Okay, so that should give me a good idea of what sort of weight we've got. I'll fill it up with water now. This is dechlorinated water. Alright, when I pack them properly, that should actually do it. So what we've ended up with is 2.7 kilos of water and radish. We now have to empty that out and find out how much salt is 2% of 2.7 kilos, for which we will ask Google. Hey Google, what's 2% of 2.7 kilos?
The answer is 0.054 kilograms.
54 grams. It was 2.7 on it? Yeah. So we need to get 54 grams of salt. Zero the scale. This is non-iodized salt, which we need to use for this sort of thing. And oh, look at that, 54 grams. So now we have to empty that out, pack it properly, and we need a couple of chilies. So I'll grab a couple of chilies out the freezer to go in there as well. Repack this, laying them in neatly so we can get the maximum amount in. Add our salt and then leave it for a couple of weeks. Hang about. I've laid it down on the side because it makes it a little bit easier to try and make it fairly neat, which means we can pack as much in as possible. And as you can see, it's a bit like building a ship in a bottle. But we try and lay them nice and flat, and as I said, that'll help us with our using the maximum amount or getting the maximum amount into our jar. Just about ready to stand it up. This is actually worth the time and effort because of the amount of extra you can fit in if you pack it very carefully. All right, let's just leave that for a second. We'll choose a couple of chilies to go in there. Now we want something fairly hot. So what have we got? A red habanero, perfect. And all we'll do is we'll just roughly slice him like so and throw it in. And keep packing. And the more we pack in there, the easier it's going to be to stand up. Try and fill in any of the gaps we can see. Maybe not, maybe. There we go, now we can stand it up. Keep pushing them down as much as we can. And we'll get almost all of that daikon in here. Now, I've never done fermented daikon on its own, but I think it's going to be rather nice. Another chili, a little habanero. And now we're going to start laying them the other way because in little bits, because we don't want them poking out at the top. And that's almost enough, I think. In fact, I think it is enough. Maybe one little bit down in there. Yes, there we have it. We get our salt over the top. We'll get our dechlorinated water. Now filled with salted dechlorinated water. Our weights are on top to keep the radish underneath. We put our airlock on and now we ignore it for 2 weeks. So I'll pop this up on the bench and we'll get on with our pickled daikon radish, which will be slightly sweet. Now for the pickled daikon, we're going to slice it differently, and the recipe itself is a bit of guess and giggle. I really don't know what measures I'll use. I will taste the vinegar brine and decide when it's right, and then we shall bottle it up. So the difference is we want to do it in slices, like so. There they are, just slices, fairly small, about a centimetre thick. And we'll give those another rinse. I'll slice all these up, and we shall start getting the vinegar ready. The pickle, whatever it is. Hang around. Back to the pickled daikon radish. And what I've got here is some 2% brine, along with rice wine vinegar, and there's about half a bottle of that in there. Yep, might need a little bit more, or we might just use some white vinegar. Homegrown turmeric, I'm going to put that in. That's just a few pieces there. And it needs something sweet, something to sweeten it. And what I have hidden here is some coconut sugar. And I'm sure it doesn't taste like coconut, but we'll have a taste and see. Little blocks like that. What does it taste like? Tastes just like sugar. So we'll put some of that in as well. Chop our turmeric up. Bring this to the boil with a little bit more white vinegar, I think. Stack our radish in the jars. Cover it up, and we'll be good to go. Leave it for a few weeks, and it will be ready to hopefully eat and enjoy. What I might also do is I just have some standard pickling spice here, which has, what's in there? Should tell us the ingredients. Selected spices. Looks like dill, fennel, mustard seed. So we'll just put probably 2 teaspoons of that in there. Just a little something to give it a bit of a taste. We're not putting any chili in this one, and we'll see how it goes. So let's just cut up our frozen turmeric. Always good to use homegrown when you can. We'll pop that in there. And let's bring that to boil and see how it tastes. Going to need a little bit more vinegar.
Say what this?
Okay. This is just a pretty standard apple cider vinegar. A little less sharp than standard vinegar. And let's start cooking that. We're now ready to start bottling. We've had our jars boiling for a little while. This one's sterile. And I fill him up with our radish here. I'll just sort of get something to squash it down. I think we might try and lay them in a little bit more carefully than that for the next one, otherwise we're going to run out of our liquor for. Next one I'll do a little bit more carefully than that. Let's stir this up. This has been simmering for about half an hour or so. You can see the turmeric's come through in that. This is actually very tasty. Bring it over a bit closer. This is not going to be near enough. If I keep doing them like this. There we go. First one. Let's get the next one out. I think we'll only get about 3 jars from this lot of mixture. Then we might have to make up something a little bit maybe sweet. And there we have it. We've got 2 types of daikon pickled. The first one is the recipe I showed you. That's going to be not quite as sweet as this one. This one is very similar, except it hasn't got a separate batch of turmeric in it and no pickling spices and more sugar. So that's a more sweet version of these ones. But we'll have a tasting in about a week, 10 days, and see how they turned out. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, all those sort of things, if you want to know how this turned out. And in the meantime, enjoy life. I'll catch you in the garden.